Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horse.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
When life's rolling by, I'm spinning my wheels, stuck in the mud and feeling blue. When I can't even think without starting to sink, I wonder what my dog would do when trouble is knocking, I'm blocking the door. Don't want nothing bad getting through. When I'm losing the fight, losing night after night, I wonder what my dog would do. Would he howl at the moon alone in the dead of night? Would he lie with his bone in a spot that nobody knows? Would he head for the hills and never be heard from again? Or would he find someone sweet and follow her feet to wherever she goes? When I'm out on a limb, I got no place to go, and nothing in sight to grab onto. When there's no one to say it'll all be okay, I wonder what my dog would do. I wonder what my dog would do.
Oh! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on Horses Sing None of It, and Dogs Sing Some of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and the guest we have with us tonight has played as a sideman and session musician with Johnny Cash and Kathy Mattea, some pretty heavy hitters, and your songs have been the receptor of the award from the Kerrville Folk Festival, Kerrville Award. That's a nice honor. And your album has received top 12 from Singer-Songwriter Magazine.
Performing Songwriter.
Performing Songwriter Magazine. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
My memory isn't what it used to be. George Wurzbach, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
You cracked me up at the Folk Alliance.
Oh, you were there?
Yes. when you did your set there. Very funny.
Oh, thanks.
So, what you doing?
I'm here. I'm here getting free brownies and free coffee. It's cool.
You wired up?
I'm wired up and ready to go.
Okay. Well, you want to tell us about the next tune?
Yeah, I write a lot of songs about my father, which kind of annoys him. Because did anybody ever write you a song? Has anybody ever written a song about you?
No, can't say as I
Yeah,
have.
nobody's ever written a song about me either. So I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know exactly what he goes through when he hears me play a song that I've written about him, but I think it gives him an opportunity to see how he looks through my eyes, which is why it annoys him.
Yeah.
But so anyway, here's a song that's actually it's not about my father. He's up with the sun, not one for wasting time. He's 71, with mountains still to climb. And he slips his tie through the collar of his only wife and grabs the classified he'd circled late last night. Gives his cat a scratch, says, girl, you'll see that there's a job out there for me. Life is more than watching the seasons turn. And this old dog's got a few new tricks to learn. He paces the hall of the Wurzbach company, application form filled out carefully. For nearly a year he's tried and tried again, and found that the jobs mostly go to younger men. He hears his name, he stands up tall, straightens his tie, walks down the hall, and once again the old desire burns. 'Cause this old dog's got a few new tricks to learn. He's looking forward to tomorrow, what might come his way. And sometimes it scares him when it hits him that there are so damn many more yesterdays. In the morning mail there's a ticket for the bus with a note from his son saying, "Pa, come live with us." And there in the stack is a card from personnel saying, "Give us a call when you've learned computers well." He thinks about what he should do, go out to pasture or back to school. He calls his son, says, "Thanks for your concern." But this old dog's got a few new tricks. This old dog's got a few new tricks. This old dog's got a few new tricks to learn. Thanks.
Seem to be on a canine theme here.
Yeah, it's a two-dog night so far. Huh?
Did you ever back Johnny Cash up on Egg Sucking Dog?
Egg Sucking Dog, no. No.
Great song.
It sounds like a great song. It's written from personal experience, I'm sure.
So you have a dog, do you?
I had a dog. Oh, I've had several dogs. I outlived my dogs. I don't know why they.
Can't imagine how that happens.
I don't know how that happens, but so I'm in a period. I'm between dogs right now.
So how was it working with Johnny Cash?
Well, I didn't do a lot of work with him, and but it was intimidating. He's a big guy. He's a really big guy, and actually, to tell you the truth, the first time I ever worked with him, I felt his presence in the room before I even noticed he was in there. It was one of those things. He's commanding.
Commanding
He's
presence.
He has a commanding presence. Yes.
There's a great quote from him that pops up every now and again. Somewhere I read in a magazine, it was an article about him, and the quote was, when he learned the A minor chord, he used to stick it into songs in all kinds of places where it didn't really belong. And when somebody questioned about it, he says, if it don't fit, force it.
That's it. I mean, if it worked for him, it worked for me. I'm putting A minor in every one of my songs from now on. Let's see.
So what else you got for us, George?
Well, actually, I do have a song that is about my father. The other song wasn't. He did retire, and he lives in a retirement community in Toms River, actually.
Uh-huh.
And they've been having some serious problems down there with toxic waste and stuff. I mean, it's really a tragedy. But I called him about a month ago to let him know about it, and I said, this drinking water is pretty dangerous. And he said, yeah, I might be dead in 20 years. Which, he's in his 80s, so. But yeah, this next song is actually about him. And I know I wrote this song, I was trying to base it around an A minor chord. I had heard somewhere that, you should try to put an A minor chord in your songs, But I couldn't make it fit. But while I was messing with the chords, I kind of unearthed a very deep, personal, traumatic experience from my childhood, and I'd like to share it with you.
Back in Brooklyn when I was 10, as if to prove that we were men, my friends and I would trash each other's family. We were morons, I know that now. I let them call my mom a cow, but somehow that measured my virility. And then one day they threw a curve. They struck a raw nerve and found the shameful secret I had kept. But I took it like a man. I stood my stand, and then I wept, 'cause when your father looks like Mo, the guy from the Three Stooges. Life can be so cruel. In school I was a sitting duck. Behind my back I heard nyap, nyap. And if that wasn't bad enough, sometimes they'd bop my nose. To look at me you might conceive, more likely my father looked like Curly, but no, he looked like Mo. La 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 la, la la la, la la la, la la. I asked my father straight out one day why he chose to look that way, his shiny jet black hair cut like an Eskimo. And though I'd hoped his reply would be some father-son philosophy, all he said to me was, "Who the heck is Mo?" And I said, "Dad, it's me they tease. I'm begging you, please, could you wear your hair more normally. And there we stood, both eye to eye, guy to guy. And he said, certainly. 'Cause when your father looks like Mo, you know, the guy from the Three Stooges. Life can be so cruel, but he marched off to the barber chair. He kept his word, he cut his hair, and you would think that then and there I'd have been content. But damn if that was not the year they signed up a replacement in the lineup. And yes, you guessed, my father looked like Shemp. La 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 la, la la la, la la la, la la.
You're a funny guy.
That is a true story.
No kidding?
No kidding.
Far
And
out.
my mother looked like Lucille Ball. So, true. Absolutely true. May I die right now if it's not true.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
Let's show folks your compact disc and tell them how we should warn Barrett.
We should warn Barrett.
Warn Barrett, the graphics man, to go find the lower third graphic that gives your address and phone contact information.
Warren, go find the lower
Not-
third graphic.
Not pictured. It's the title of this album. And once again, it was top 12 in performing songwriting.
Well, they do these compilations every once in a while, and
They pick their favorite
They pick their
12
favorites.
albums of the year.
yeah. Plus, I knew the guy that does the reviews.
Can you introduce him to me?
I can actually.
There it is.
That's
If
me.
you want to find out more information about George, you can go to www.songs.com or call him at 718, I can't read the number, 499-4740. 718.
Operators standing by now.
4740. And you can probably get on George's mailing list to find out where he'd be playing.
Where I be playing.
And you'll get more information about that album at either one of those locations.
Don't you love how in the age of nanoseconds and virtual reality and all that sort of stuff, they chose the 3 longest letters of the alphabet to begin a web address?
Yeah, that is kind of peculiar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's peculiar. Are you out of questions? Because I've got a few for you, actually.
Okay, shoot away.
Do you know all these people? I mean, have all these people been here? Is
Not
this like-
all of them, no.
So there's a couple of plants, right?
There's a couple of...
Like Angela Falcone, the flautist. She was
no,
never here, right?
she was definitely here.
She was?
Yeah.
Because
You know her?
I've got the Horses Sings None of It anthology, and I didn't see her. She wasn't listed, the official guide to Horses Sing None of
Yeah,
It.
no, she's on the web address.
Is that right?
But Ralph Stanley was right behind you in the Clinch Mountain Boys.
This guy? Or that guy?
Below.
Him?
Yeah. Ralph Stanley was not here. And there's a few others. Ricky Skaggs pictures here, and
Is
Sons
it-
of the Pioneers.
Sons of the Pioneers. The Beatles.
Some these are just some publicity photos that happen to come my way that I like.
So you'll
they
put
end
anything
up.
up there, right? You got a whole, just cover
The
it.
Carter family, Jimmy Rogers is up there. Tom Paxton hasn't been here, but the vast majority of people have been here that are pictured. The vast majority.
I'm happy about that.
So you want to give us another tune?
Yeah, sure. This is a song I need to have a sip of water before.
Okay, I'll join you.
And I wrote this with Karen Taylor Good. She's a Nashville-based writer, and she's very successful actually. And I think she writes with me as partial fulfillment of her community service sentence. But in any event, we managed to crank this one out.
I used to walk through this world, cautious and oh so serious, until the life I was living was merely a near-death experience. And I changed my story when I finally saw where I was and wasn't where it was at. And now I'm alive, I let destiny drive, and I'm stretching out in the back. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon.
So Karen, being the more experienced writer of the two of us, she suggested that at this particular point in the song we should put the second verse. So we did, and I followed.
In the vastness of space, the ever-expanding universe, we are all puny specks of galactic dust here on Mother Earth. Now I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach ya, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. And if you lose your job, sleep till noon. If the news is bad, watch cartoons. And if your house burns down, you'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Yeah, a much better view of the moon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I like that philosophy.
Yeah, it's a real cop-out philosophy.
I live by it.
Yeah, me too. I invented it.
Well, we have time. Yes, we do. To do our little number we worked out. This is part of my favorite part of the show, where I get to play along with some of our guest artists. So we want to thank you, George, for coming down to share your music with us.
My pleasure.
We don't usually have a studio audience here at Horses Sing None of It, but today we do, due to the early arrival of our next guest on the show. So what's the name of this tune?
I don't know, but it doesn't have an A minor in it, so forget about it. This is called, I don't want to give away the title.
Forget about it.
A serial killer, I kid you not. Just ask the FBI. Though I'm a killer diller, they'll catch me not, 'cause they're the FBI. They fudge the facts, they lose the clues right under their nose. They still don't know that Hoover liked to wear his sister's clothes. I don't care what they wear, ain't no way I'll get the chair. 'Cause what's really a crime is that justice is blind, and so's the FBI. Take it away, Ralph. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch your day and let it go. Apple pieces, pumpkin pie, Mr. FBI. I called up to confess, but the agents poo-pooed it. Sometimes I think those letters stand for thick and blue. Hey, anyway, I'm as free as a jay. What's really a crime is that justice is blind, and so's the FBI. Take it away again. Take it away again. A minor.